of respect. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Today is currently February 17th, 2026. Always be yourself regardless of praying to your downfall or regardless of see your potential. To the genuine ones only with no malicious intentions. I truly hope all is well in your end, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Not ever trade off of me. I currently just posted on Facebook around 8 o'clock. I posted a video this evening of myself because I post throughout the day. So there is a video up right now on each platform on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I post every single day throughout the day. Ever checked on me, and I definitely go live every night on YouTube at 10:15. Ever checked on for me. My content is not for everyone. The last was real. But you just claiming it's different when you was truly keeping it real. Being authentic will truly have someone giggle or within when they say that you a joke, but you truly got potential when you was far from the issue. They try to brainwash you when it come to hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to reject yourself because you understood God's intuition. They would never understand it was never a checkmate when God was showing that you was far from a mistake. You got chicks and dudes praying to your downfall. They don't want you to smile more. But God fixing your crown allow you to see the end of the elevation is different. Hold on 1 second when it comes to your best self-first reflection of yourself. It was in God's rejection, was truly God's protection. While God closed certain doors in your life for all the right reasons, you still got chicks and dudes in different tax bracket. Trying to hex your life because you understood that. Hold on 1 second. I was never in competition. It be the chain of thought for me. How chicks and dudes try to control the plot when it comes to your history. How they try to dim your light all because you got potential to run the hold on 1 second. I made mistakes and I understood this. The skeletons in my closet. I wasn't running from my past. Hold on 1 second. Who do you think you are? The enemy, the devil. They try to discourage you. The enemy, the devil. They try to discourage you. Ever trade on me? I'm my biggest cheerleader, regardless who's threatening my life or who's praying to my downfall. I would never stop showing up for myself, let alone hurt myself or my peers around me. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Today is currently February 17th, 2026, and it's currently 3 people watching right now at 10:18 p.m., and we're 2 minutes into the video. My content is not for everyone. Not ever trade off me, life. They would never understand your light. They would try to hex you because they see your potential a mile away. They got to hold on 1 second, dim they light when they come to their reflection. They got to dibble and dab with spell work, do me spells, all because you understood that. Hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to lose myself when I didn't have to pretend to ask God for guidance when God revealed the devil led on the enemy. They said ain't nobody gonna hear you. They was quick to disrespect you with malicious intentions, all because you wasn't seeking revenge. Besides being a truth teller, bother someone's mental. They try to discourage you, gang stalking you right to left. You didn't have to put a name to the book, but damn, you was truly really clever at the end of the day. Cause you know what? You didn't need validation from he say, she say. They trying to paint you out to be crazy, but hold on 1 second. You was far from beneath them at the end of the day with a high IQ score. They would never understand how God should allow you to smile. Hold on 1 second. What a wonderful day. They would never understand. They trying to make rainy days in your life so you won't see the sun when it comes to your reflection. But God works in mysterious ways. It's going to be chicks and dudes that's going to try to play God in your life, but never get confused by the enemy or the devil. When I say it respectfully, and especially folks that would never understand your growth, hold on 1 second, actually holding on to the wheel because God was truly directing you when it comes to order in your life. Wasn't trying to dim your light. It didn't matter if it was that witch, that warlock, that terror, that karmic. You put a name in your book. We live in a spiritual world. How when you call folks out on their bullshit, after they disrespect you with malicious just behind closed doors, they mask fell off. I thought you was strong. You said I was a weak bitch, but I understood. Hold on 1 second. God's love is different. Because I'm still holding on. Got chicks and dudes sending magic and spell work. I ain't got to say your name. I've been dealing with this type of pain since a child point of view, but I understood how to balance at the end of the day. I wasn't trying to lose myself, be a crash out. When I became an adult, they would never understand. I was my biggest cheerleader when I ain't have folks rooting for me. The fake love was real, but I was far from losing myself when it comes to my own hospitality. Hold on 1 second, maturing. Not ever trade on me. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless to who is, projecting negative energy towards me, or disrespecting me, or trying to hex my life, or have malicious intentions to prey on my downfall. My content is not for everyone. When it comes to my creativity, it's no third party, and it never's been third party. And I say that respectfully. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you got a swag within you. They would never understand your potential, authenticity. Hold on one second. Truly keeping it official. They would never understand that defense is different. It was more than a three at the end because you understood how to pray to go within, not to seek revenge, besides be a true teller. It would truly bother someone's mental health, or because they wanted to control the storyline when it comes to your growth, to understand your wealth, your well-beings. Because without your health, at the end of the day, would never understand. It was never no in between. You wasn't trying to become your worst enemy, regardless of praying to your downfall. They said, hold on one second, it would never work out for you at the end of the day. But hold on one second, God was showing you why you was going to prove yourself right. When they said that you was wrong. You was wrong for tying your shoe different, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, or your religion. They would never understand how you stepping, how you got monitoring spirits watching your every move, sending hex towards your way, trying to confuse you. But you was far from the devil worship, didn't have to sell your soul. You understood better days ahead. They would never understand how God was showing you your way. When they said that you was fake, but you wasn't running from your past. They couldn't relate. They try to throw something in your face, but they got their own skeletons. They try to do you wrong all because you paying attention. That's God's knowledge. Didn't have to worship the devil. How the devil or the enemy would try to antagonize you to make you feel like you got to get out of character because you truly different. I understand that defense hits different. Because when God steps in, God reveals the devil low on the enemy. We was on two different pages, but I still loved me. You try to project insecurities on me because I knew how to weather a storm you couldn't work with. Motivation. I truly hope you find peace, motherfucker. But leave me the fuck alone. That's the part when they say that you'll crash out. They pick and choose who can curse. They pick and choose who could be a bully. They pick and choose who could talk about discrimination, violence, hate crime, discrimination, racism, gang stalking, awareness. They be the train of thought for me. Domestic violence. Did I say that already when it comes to someone's behavior? But I was just only moving accordingly. No, ever a train thought for me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. It's currently 10:23 p.m., and it's 7 minutes into this video, and it currently says 5 people that's watching me right now, and it's currently February 17th, 2026. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and this is... Peace! Hi to the genuine ones with no molested. Hi! Hey! You mad and you are worthy. Never dim your light when you fall from the hater. Love yourself. You are beautiful. You are handsome. Love yourself. It may not be everybody's regular program, but you ain't got molest sentence, they would never understand God's plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, choose yourself, never overlook you. Hold on 1 second. Friday, you mad and you're worthy. Saturday, far from a hater, we ain't the same neighbor. Stay in your lane. It's 10:24 p.m., 8 minutes in, and it's currently one person watching. Out to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, no for referral. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing. They will never understand the light within you. Love yourself. The light is shining within. Catch your blessings right, the left. Being your biggest cheerleader. They said ain't nobody going to ever hear you or see you, but continue to prosper regardless of what community, country, zip code, county you in. You mad and you're worthy. They disrespect you, but you never allow someone dim your light because they jealousy, hate, or insecurity. Love yourself. You are my sunshine. You are a blessing. Never let a hater dim your light. You mad and you're worthy. Never let a hater dim your light. You mad and you're worthy. I'm peace. I'll bring peace. Love yourself. To my
domestic violence is actually a choice. Racism, discrimination, hate crime, gang stalking, awareness. You put a name in your book when it comes to violence. This type of stuff actually happens to people. You don't have to know somebody or not at the end of the day. When you realize at the end of the day, never give up on yourself because you are worthy to society. And I say that respectfully when it comes to growth, and especially when you don't run from your past, all let alone you're not taking accountability for your actions. You'll be surprised how individuals from your past or whatever the case may be will have individuals watching you just to try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, all types of weird stuff, all because of dog holes in your life at the end of the day for all the right reasons. You chose yourself. No mother or father should lose their child due to jealousy, envy, or insecurity. No, for real. My constant, everybody, and that's okay. Me and Naya, at the end of the day, when it comes to our creativity, we get it from our Heavenly Mother and our Heavenly Father God. No other third party. When it comes to gang stalking, individuals will hack your devices, monitor your day-to-day activities on your devices, hack your IP addresses, reroute your mail, your packages, and act like you received it when you never did. They would try to send spyware towards people that's trying to come your way. This type of stuff actually happens. When it comes to gang stalking, you'd be surprised how individuals will try to, take someone's child, their household, how individuals will try to rob people from their faith or their hope, or, they even would do stuff like this because of jealousy, envy, or insecurity. They would try to poison your food, your drinks, or your narcotics. How this type of stuff actually happens. It may not be going on in your household, but it's going on in someone's household. You mad and you worthy. Stop the violence. Gotta go.
I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I truly hope all is well in your end. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15. I currently just posted on Facebook this evening around 8 o'clock, and I just posted my videos this evening on each platform this evening. Naya, Genuine Love Respect. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless who's disrespecting me or who has malicious intentions or who's praying on my downfall. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I do not energy harvest of individual energy. I don't project spell towards individuals. I don't play with magic or black magic. I don't do come to me spells. I don't do love spells. Whatever that toxic bullshit when it comes to spirituality, I said what I said. I don't do all that weird shit. No, for real, I don't got time for that shit. No, for hello. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. Now ever tricked over me. It's currently February 17, 2026, and it's currently 10:28 with 12 minutes to this video. Now ever tricked over me. Oh, it be yourself? You have been minding your business or whatever the case may be, decide to say, you know what? I'm big single. I decide to go out or whatever the case may be and enjoy my time. Do something different. No ever trained over me. You ever realize when you start talking to someone new and only realize, hold on 1 second, you mean to tell me all that phony shit you was doing, you nowhere near funny? You mean to tell me all that shit you was doing, you ain't got no personality? All that shit you was doing, you could barely hold a conversation? What the fuck? Ever trained over me? Like, leave innocent people the fuck alone if you can't make sense at the end of the day of what you trying to say. Comprehension. Be on the same page. Hello? You decide to go out the end of the day, go to Sky Zone or whatever the case may be, get your little walk on in the air and shit. Don't ever trained on me. This motherfucker at the end of the day so motherfucking boring when they pick the place. How you pick the place and you bored? Ever checked on me? What the fuck you got going on? You gotta be careful. There'll be red flags too. Motherfuckers be trying to set you up in all types of weird shit. No, for real. So this motherfucker decided to say, you know what? I'm about to suit up and go. All right, you paid your little change. It ain't hurt my little pockets. It tricked on me, motherfucker. Hello, I wish I would have. Hello, it tricked on me. I ain't being nice today. Fuck you. This motherfucker decided to go up there with a case may be. They told folks, make sure you got the helmet on and make sure you secure your wig or whatever the case may be. This motherfucker wanted to be fly, wanted to be on Instagram and understand multiplication when it comes to likes and motherfucking views. This motherfucker get up in the motherfucking air with no helmet, trying to figure out they changed on. Help me! It was changed on me. You know, when you have one of those people that be like, yeah, I went bowling before, you know, I'm good at this, or whatever the case may be. You ever went on a date with someone that's supposed to be so spontaneous and they are pro at bowling and softball, volleyball? You put a name in your motherfucking book and the checked on me. Only to realize this motherfucker didn't know what the fuck they was doing. So he was just talking. Just the talk. And the tricked on me. How embarrassing. No, for real, for how you know, it's one thing letting your date win or whatever case it be. But what the fuck is the competition that, bitch? Let's do this. And I don't mean shortchanging your mental. I'm talking about this motherfucking game, dumbass. You know, you have that person when you start talking to them. Y'all be on the phone and shit. And that motherfucker be talking so much shit, yeah. When we get down to some motherfucking bowling, I'm gonna whip your ass in that motherfucking in that pool hall, in that bowling alley and shit. Shut the fuck up. It's the trick on me, bitch. You can't hang. No, for real, bro. You ever chill with somebody, brother? Hold on 1 second. Bitch, the math wasn't mathing. What the fuck? You know, entertainment purposes only. No, for real, bro. Entertainment purposes only. No, it checked on me. You know, when you start dating someone new, or the case may be, you got a little drinking partner now. Oh, we about to get bugged up. It checked on me. You know, when you're not trying to out-drink, babe, you trying to be, you know, casual with the shit, but y'all been dating for some time now. It's going over 2 years, bitch. Sit the fuck down. You gonna whip who ass? And the Drake told me y'all decide to play a little game, a drinking game, or whatever the case may be. After this motherfucker third drink, this motherfucker was apologizing of their mistakes. And the Drake told me, I can't hang, babe. I'm sorry. You know when one of them motherfuckers try to play it off or whatever the case may be? But you like, you know what? I'm not your outside people, whatever the case may be. I care about you. I'm here for you. But do us a favor. Don't drink no more. No, it's a trick on me. Matter of fact, go take a nap or something, because you doing too fucking much. What the fuck? You know you a fucking lightweighter, or whatever, a lightweight or whatever case may be. You know your vocabulary can't meet you a real champ. It's the trick on me. Hello? I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, entertainment purpose only. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's 17 minutes into this video. It's one person watching, and it's 10:33 p.m. and it's currently February 17, 2026. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That was that Friday love. They would never understand Saturday. How you understood the fine balance when it comes to a work week. You know, regardless, the end of the day, they would never understand your vision, how you tie your shoe, how you maintain it. But you understood just because, moments. Continue to call your energy back. They would never understand that we was in two different worlds, but I knew how to respect my neighbor. How folks be so worried about your next move, but you understood God's tools not to lose yourself. But when the devil try to confuse you, let alone try to antagonize you, how chicks and dudes would say they worship God, but we all don't pray the same. But I still know how to respect my neighbor, stay in my lane. And what bothers someone's mental health when you call your energy back because they decide the energy harvest off your energy or try to confuse you with spirit or magic or whatever the case may be. They didn't want you to prosper, but you believed in your faith. You continue to call your energy back, and it was far from a mistake. You didn't want no negative energy. You understood God's happiness is different. When God allows you to heal, still be patient. When time and they didn't have to get physical. When someone tried to antagonize you, you know when it comes to either gang stalking, domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination. You put a name in your book when it comes to the hate crime. You know everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to being strong. They would never understand your growth, how you truly step in when you truly fall from a hater. The energy is different. They would never understand. Now, hold on 1 second. I sure hope that you find peace within you, neighbor. Now, ever Drake don't be, a motherfucker would feel mad. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. This is the part where they said I'm going to crash out, but I was far from hating. I was far from that mindset, far from gone. All because I understood how to speak my vision at the end of the day, being authentic. I was far from a copycat. Hold on 1 second. I didn't have to mislead you wrong. I was just in my own lane. You was looking for a reaction. You wanted me to come out of character all because you wanted me to be somebody I truly wasn't. Hold on 1 second. I was far from that actor in your script at the end of the day. I understood balance when it comes to my acknowledgement. I didn't have to be part of your group or let alone your hate train. It'd be the train of thought for me when you try to project pain. I understood I've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view. I've been calling my energy back even when folks try to sacrifice me and go into my adulthood. They would never understand my heavenly mother, Father God has been by my side, regardless of trying to control the narrative, try to play God. You know, I didn't have to sell my soul. I don't worship the devil. I work on my own at the end day when they come to these type of levels. No, the trade on me. Elevation. No, the trade though for me. You know, everybody comes from a different world. I respect your day-to-day activities, but I'm just in my own lane. I wasn't worried about you. You know, chicks and dudes will try to disrespect you. They pick up a blunt or two, whatever the case may be. You don't care about their function, but you was in your own lane. They would try to blackmail you against you at the end of the day to project pain. How they try to control the narratives because they try to rob you from your faith, all because you understood how to be comfortable in your skin when they try to antagonize you, but you understood God's balance is different. When God revealed the devil alone, the enemy, they would never understand your intuition. I don't got a gang stalk folks that don't have the devices or the accounts or the emails. And I said that respectfully when you said I was mentally unstable. I was mentally unstable to you because you wasn't used to someone new, different. How to have control. It'd be the train of thought for me. You wanted me to lose control. How chicks and dudes would try to antagonize you, then say that, hold on 1 second, I told you that person was crazy. But you had to do something to somebody for them to get a reaction. Hello, dumbass. We was on the same page when it come to hold on 1 second. Something that you truly lacked. That was true knowledge. Didn't matter if you had a degree or not. Hold on 1 second. We ain't the same. And I say it respectfully. How this type of stuff actually happens. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who is praying to my downfall. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's controlling the background scenery when it comes to, you know, paying me out to be something I'm truly not, or trying to kick me down, or let alone praying to my downfall. Regardless of your tax bracket, your zip code, your county, your country, your zip code, or continent. Heaven checked off me. I would never stop choosing myself. I am my biggest cheerleader. Regardless to who disrespects me, regardless who said nobody gonna show up for me, regardless who said they gonna control this and control that, or control this or control the narrative, or whatever the case may be, I'm my biggest cheerleader and I don't live in fear. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. A confusing phone call, a mother, a father, all over the place when it comes to their vocabulary, trying to have a seat, but they trying to understand the time and day when it comes to their vocabulary. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Where's my baby? How someone just robbed the mother and father from their child on that guardian. How they was just praying for their child from point A to Z. How someone had to project jealousy, envy, or insecurity. How someone was doing sport to make someone mentally sick. How someone's trying to hex someone's life because they was willing to treat themselves right and change their life all in 1 second because of domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, racism, gang stalking awareness. You put a name in your book when it comes to violence. How a mother and father didn't ask for that conversation. It was truly one-sided because, hold on 1 second, how you mean to tell me my blessing was just taken from me? A mother and father that showed up good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days. They wasn't doing it for likes and music, clout chasing or fame. A mother and father as a provider, a protector. They wasn't trying to be their child's friend, but to show them at the end of the day, I got your back when it comes to your weather. You know, a safe place. That energy is different. You know, how chicks and dudes will plot on a mother and father child. Regardless of how old that baby is, and I say that respectfully. They would be like, how? That's the devil when the enemy talking how. But when a mother conceives a child, regardless of the household's divided or not, a mother intuition when a father's a prayer warrior, regardless if he just started a new chapter in his life, hold on 1 second, he wasn't trying to confuse her when it comes to his vocabulary, besides protect his household. Regardless if it's divided or not, they would never understand that, hold on 1 second, I didn't sign up for this one-sided conversation. How individuals lose their child regardless how old they are. And I don't wish this on nobody because of jealousy, envy, or insecurity. Or someone wants to hex someone's life. Or someone works in certain departments of HRA. Or you got hackers. Or you got people from the past. Or you got people that you don't even know at the end of the day that would try to ruin your child's life. Or because of the fact that you may not have been able to afford those shoes or those clothes, but you made sure at the end of the day you still showed up for your child to go from point A to Z. Certain individuals see you going from point A to Z with groceries or a bag or two, whatever the case may be, trying to find out what you're going on in your pockets. in regards to your household establishment, regardless of one family household, 10 or 6, and I say that respectfully, how someone would have the mindset of robbing someone from their child, or have a child be robbed from their childhood, or let alone, it should be no reason why nobody's saying RIP to their mother or father because someone lacks self-control. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless of the threat in my life, and I say that respectfully. I'm on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I just currently posted a video on all platforms around 8 o'clock this evening and early this morning. I post throughout the day, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity. No mother or father should have their child stripped away from them because someone lacks self-control. Someone wanted to rob a mother and father from their blessing, to paint the narrative that this mother and father is mentally unstable. How they want the energy off of someone's child's energy, destiny swipe of someone's child, project sporic or do malicious things to someone's child, and make a child feel like they're not loved or welcomed or they're somebody. When a mother and father is not doing it for likes and views, besides trying to get justice so they can hold on a second, hold on to their family. It didn't matter if that mother or father came from poverty or pain, or they didn't have someone in their life that showed them they love them or give them the proper guidance when it comes to this thing called tool of life. But they knew how to be parents, a provider, protector, a prayer warrior. They showed up good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. Someone wanted to make a mother and father frown because they were smiling too much. They didn't like the fact that someone actually had a heart. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, and they asking God for guidance every single day. They know that someone hears them. They're not being overlooked, but they was overlooked by the devil and the enemy so many times because the devil and the enemy try to destroy them. But they still being patient with time. They have their days, how their weight goes up and down, and they have days where they trying to confuse, they trying to understand the confusion, how to balance a narrative to understand it. Hold on one second. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. You did as much as you could. But one day your child will come home safe to you, and that prayer will be in existence. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. If you're a content creator or not, or entrepreneur or not, never allow someone's insecurity, jealousy, envy, or hate, or someone that puts you in a situation of domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, or gang stalking or violence discourage you from your day-to-day activities, from prospering in life. And I say that respectfully because they threaten your life that nobody's going to hear you, see you, respect you, or let alone hear you. They threatened your life because they decided to take your kindness or weakness. They try to paint a narrative of something that you truly wasn't, all because, hold on one second, they said nobody's paying attention. They said that you were a hater, you're disrespectful, you're aggressive, you have malicious intentions. And the whole entire time, you knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding in regards to what county, country, zip code, continent it was. My content is not for everybody, but never get discouraged because of your reflection. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, and I say this respectfully. When you know how to take accountability for your actions, you don't run from your past, that energy is different. Healing childhood trauma going to adulthood will never be an overnight process, and I say that respectfully, let alone a race. But you are worthy of the right people walking into your life that sees you, hears you, respects you with no malicious intentions. They don't look at you like competition. They fall from haters. They're not trying to hex your life. They're not gang stalking you. They're not hacking your devices, your accounts, your emails, and trying to blackmail you against you or paint themselves to be someone they truly not when it comes to customer service, how this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. But I do bring awareness to domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, and gang stalking awareness and violence. And I say that respectfully. Got it? It's 28 minutes in, and it's 10:44 p.m., and it's currently February 17th, 2026. It's currently one person watching at 29 minutes into this video, and it's 10:45 p.m. and it's 10:17. It's 10:17. It's Ava, check on me. It's February 17th, 2026. Always be yourself, regardless if you have a speech problem, a disability problem, or someone's projecting illnesses and sicknesses on you at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. You know, that time when that child walked into that schoolhouse, they was laughed at and teased and disrespected because they had a speech problem. But when they went home to that guardian that actually respects them and love them, because not everybody has that type of household, and I say that respectfully, but there is somebody that loves somebody and someone allowed them to know at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself because you have a speech problem. Never give up on yourself because you have a list or a disability problem at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself because someone is laughing at you because you're different and unique in your own special way. You know that mother and father that prays for their child? Good day, bad day, misunderstanding, even sick days. That energy is different. They wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout or fame. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life, who's praying in my downfall. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I would never stop choosing myself regardless of the day of domestic violence, speaking about it, gang stalking awareness, speaking about it, hate crime, speaking about it, racism or discrimination, speaking about it, or alone violence, or talking about God or the devil or the enemy. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's praying to my downfall or regardless to who is disrespecting me. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. It says there's currently 4 people watching at this moment at 10:46, and it's 30 minutes into this video and 50 seconds, and it's February 17th, 2026. I would never hurt myself. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. It was love that you had for yourself. Still being patient with time and day. That caused balance. Acknowledging your worth when it comes to your faith. Continue to call your energy back. Hold on one second. It was far from a mistake. They said that you was a curse. They said that you was demonic. They said that you was crazy. They had all this intuition when it came to your vision. All because you understood having hope and being authentic, far from a copycat. All because you understood how to be woke when they say get your life together, but they try to strip you from everything, all because you understood that, hold on one second, God don't like ugly. When they try to antagonize you, the devil, the enemy, they would never understand you've been going through spiritual warfare from a child point of view, going into your adulthood. They would never understand how God is stepping. They would try to play God in your life because you was truly far from pretending. Being authentic would truly bother someone's growth when it comes to your life expansion. You know, like loving yourself far from rejection. I work by myself when it comes to my creativity, and I say that respectfully, regardless trying to blackmail me. I work alone. I always have since day one. Individuals will act like they know you. Individuals will, fake a conversation. All types of weird shit. Ever Trey told me, they say, you crazy. Oh, okay. I am not AI, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity. My soul was never for sale, and I say that respectfully. I work alone with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God, and I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. They say that the grass ain't green on the side, and I don't push God on nobody. That's why I say my content is not for everyone. No, ever trade on me, it's not. Because when God sends the right people into your life, it was never competition. They was not trying to hex your life. They wasn't worried about the he say, she say, because they actually got to know you. That maturing is different when someone's actually acting their body, wait, far from pretending. They didn't have to blackmail you to actually get to know you. They didn't have to project spork the hold on one second, bring you lack of self-control when it come to discipline. They wasn't trying to do come to me spells or love spells or whatever the case may be, do magic, witchcraft, voodoo, trying to dim your light because hold on one second. God allows you to see why the devil try to use you enough. God allowed you to see why the enemy tried to use you enough. God allowed you to see why you had the strength within to understand why God was using you, to allow you to see why you overcame and how you being fruitful to you, because God is still pouring into you. When the right people walk into your life, not only did they have a past as well, but it was folks that disrespected them, had malicious intentions, doing all types of weird stuff. But when individuals don't take accountability for the action they run from their past, they understood at the end of the day, someone that didn't know how to love them, respect them, let them see them, or protect them, or see their potential. When the right people walk into your life, they cheering you on. It's not fake love, it's actually respect. They hacking their body weight, not their shoe size, regardless it came from poverty and pain. Something that certain folks can relate to. It was never part of a script when it comes to someone truly showing at the end of the day that you are handsome, you're beautiful, you mad, and you're worthy. Continue to maintain that smile when it comes to better days ahead. Because when the right people truly not for you, They know how to keep it pushing. They don't gotta hex your life so you spell work and all types of weird shit. Cause it's mutual. And I say that respectfully. You go your way, I go my way. The energy is different. But when the right people walk into your life, maturing is different. When individuals actually know how to respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. Continue to call your energy back to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. Never allow someone to get you discouraged or make you feel like you gotta live in fear or let alone not choose yourself because they don't want you to prosper in life. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I love to talk about love.
Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one truly for you.
That love is different. You know, grow far from stagnant. Someone truly showing you why you truly woke when it comes to your vocabulary, real love. Someone truly allows you to feel why love was real. Got you truly feeling emotionally available. Who would have knew that your fairy tale would be real? Someone being peace into your life. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's because moments the energy is different. Someone didn't have to fumble you to actually love you. Someone acknowledging your worth to show you at the end of the action spoke loud in words how beautiful, how love can truly allow you to feel peace. But then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's because moments that motivation is different. When someone's on the same page when it comes to your vocabulary, it wasn't domestic violence, let alone hidden agendas. You know, someone wasn't trying to rob you of your pockets or your eyes or your mental, let alone your smile. When someone truly allows you to feel at the end of the day, hold on a second. And I'm very so much thankful that God allowed me to see your intuition. Allow me to see that you was far from fake. We on the same page today. How time and day allow you to feel while you continue to prosper with the right person by your side. Who would have knew that someone truly be keeping it real? You gain the love of a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but someone's truly cheering you on. Up close a person behind closed doors. Your biggest cheerleader. That energy is different. Wow. Finally, someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Someone didn't have to manipulate God, let alone do it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame when it came to loving you. Not ever trick on me. Be yourself.
Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one truly for you.
You know, when the right person walked into your life, they wasn't projecting insecurities on you. You know, they didn't have time for third-party conversations because they was just trying to find ways to actually show you how, at the end of the day, how they truly love you. Asking God for guidance when it comes to better days ahead. Someone praying for not against you, that energy is different. When someone truly shows that you know how to value your time and day, who would have knew that true love was faithful? I would never hurt myself, regardless of praying to my downfall or don't disrespect me. And I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. Never give up on yourself because someone says, you whack, you're corny, you ain't nobody. They said ain't nobody going to see you at the end of the day when they come in your future. How they want to try to rob you from your mental health, all because, hold on one second, they said that you're not useful. You understood that you had potential, still do, but you wasn't trying to lose yourself because someone tried to confuse you. You know, loving yourself, never get discouraged. They would never understand how God allows you to see you were still a blessing to yourself, how God was stepping for you. Another day, you are worthy, regardless of how to play God in your life. They would never understand God's strength is different. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, when you try to prosper, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or a content creator at the end of the day, individuals will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, hex your life, energy harvest off your energy, try to make you homeless, try to make you feel at the end of the day that you need to be a balance of depression, anxiety, or PTSD, or whatever the case may be, because they don't want you to prosper. They pick and choose who they bully when it comes to certain individuals, but never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. It's currently one person watching right now, and it's 37 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:53 p.m., and it's currently February 17th, 2026. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. It's no third party, and it's never ever been, regardless trying to blackmail me against me. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I have posted early this afternoon and this evening as well on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I post every night on Facebook at 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. Peace and respect, sir. Respect your neighbors. Not about you. Man, what it damn you like? Gotta go there, but damn you like. Stop the violence. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from my head to stop the violence in the community. Love yourself, don't dim your light, neighbor. Let the hate neighbor. Now, every change that we are not the same. That jealousy, hate, and shit. No. I'm sorry. You know, a motherfucker would try to dim your light. All because you said this. I choose my faith. Always be yourself. Peace and respect, send respect your neighbors around you. Better run it on them, you like. Gotta go on there, but on them, you like. Stop the violence. You know, it's not a crime to pray. And especially when you're not hurting yourself or others around you. Individuals will try to hex your life or send you confusion, spell work, or magic, or witchcraft, whatever spirituality, toxic behavior they do. And they'll make an assumption at the end of the day because you're praying that you're wrong because they're praying against you. Always protect your energy to the genuine ones. Protecting your family, stay out of trouble. You're mad and you're worthy. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love respect, and it's currently February 17th, 2026. I would never hurt myself regardless of threatening my life or let alone praying on my downfall. And I said it respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love respect. It's currently 10:55 p.m. and it's currently 39 minutes and 47 seconds into the video. Gotta go. Stop the violence.